The So Bros Network presents the movie podcast breaking down films and their impact on pop culture as they approach the legal drinking age. This is Drinking With. Now here's your host, Stephen McCash.
Welcome to Drinking With, the podcast where we raise a glass to the movies that have reached the legal drinking age. I'm your host, Stephen McCash of the So Bros Network. And join me as we embark on a cinematic journey through the classics of yesteryear, celebrating their 21st birthdays and styles. From iconic blockbusters to hidden gems, each episode will toast to a different film that has stood the test of time and shaped our cultural landscape. So grab your favorite beverage or the one we have curated for this episode, and let's dive into nostalgia as we explore movies that are finally old enough to join us for a drink. Now, joining me at the bar, as always, are the two best people I can think of to stumble out of the bar after a long discussion of movies. First is the resident film critic of the So Bros Network, Mr. Brandon Vick, who is also a member of the Southeastern Film Critics Association, a board member of the Music City Films Critics Association, and the most importantly, the birth giver of the Vic's Flicks and Cinema Chronicles podcast that you can hear wherever you get your podcasts from. Also, joining him, as always, is the man behind the So Bros Network, the EIC, the glue of the brand, gin aficionado, multiple cat lover, all-around football wordsmith, and the biggest Tennessee Titan fan known this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Stoney Keeley. Gentlemen, it's the 1st of July. It's hot as fuck outside. Fireworks are in the air. How are we doing today?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's fitting. We're going to talk about a sweaty-ass movie today.
I was going to say sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls,
Sweaty
yeah.
balls.
I'm excited to be here, McCash. I think in terms of scope, like ambition, the epic nature of this film, I think it's one of the biggest that we've talked about on this show. And I still remember it quite fondly. So I'm excited to dig into the weeds on this one.
So you're saying this is bigger than Must Love Dogs?
Well, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Slightly.
And Brandon, how are you today, sir?
Sweaty balls, I guess.
Sweaty balls.
But yeah,
Fair.
I'm with Stoney. I remember this being a big deal. I think this was right after Return of the King. I think Peter Jackson had won all of his Oscars.
It would have been, yeah.
It was what I think and what we've probably have been missing, even though I guess Barbenheimer kind of brought it back. But I remember like this was a cinematic event. Like this was the thing, and it came out in December. It was a big deal.
We used to have a tradition, our friends' Christmas, with like everybody would come over and crash at our house. I say our house, my family's house. And then we'd wake up and go see like a 10 o'clock movie the next day. And this was one of those that we did that back in 2005.
We got out at 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah, because this movie was so long. But
This movie's long as fuck.
to your point, it was one of those like the friend group could be hit or miss back in high school, or I guess we were in college then in 2005. I can't keep up anymore.
Yeah, we were.
But, you know, like we'd go see like Must Love Dogs, and there'd be like two people in the group that'd be like, yeah, I'll go with you. But when King Kong came out, it was like 10 deep, everybody. I only had 10 friends in college.
Right.
All 10 of my friends were just like, oh, whenever y'all go see King Kong, let me know because I'm going with you.
And I don't know if all of them even liked it. I think a lot of them did think it was too long. Maybe
it's over 3 hours. It is.
But can I just say, like, there are so many parts, especially like when they get into New York City and Empire State Building. It is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
To look and like to get that, which Peter Jackson has his own visual effects team that James Cameron has used in the Avatar movies too.
How about that?
And but man. Now, I'm not saying it all looks good, like when they're kind of running in between those dinosaurs.
Well, it does look like 21 years old.
But 2008, but then there's parts where like he's on that Empire State Building in the sun and the planes, and it looks as good as anything I think we've ever seen on the big screen.
Which is kind of crazy, where part of it does kind of feel like it's a sign of the technology of the times. But then there are also, like you said, I kind of thought the same thing, like when he's on the building at the end, and it's like, this is just beautiful imagery that still 21 years later holds up as some of the best in history.
Yeah. And I don't know, McCash, you might get into this a little bit, but because I know you got a took a lot of notes in class.
Yes.
Is some of the shots to me, even though like obviously the technology is advanced, but like some of them I think are sort of an homage to the way the 1933 King Kong looked.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
parts of me feels
and
like
purposely done so.
right. And I know, and I was talking to Stoney about this, and I looked it up because I was very curious. But the last line of this movie is the last line of the 33 King Kong about the beast, beauty killed the beast or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I think Peter Jackson really nailed it. And I know we'll get into it, but like I don't think anybody had done a King Kong till maybe since like the 50s, and that one's iffy.
Yeah,
because
I don't remember.
there's
other
like
King
Son
Kong
of
movies,
King Kong, but nobody had done it for a new generation, I don't think.
No.
And I feel like, especially the Peter Jackson then, like Lord of the Rings dude, I mean, I really can't think of anyone better. So I was really pleased with it. Even though it is long, it is it's in, like you said, just scope and scale. And I mean, it's epic.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And
let's
it's back.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. And
Brandon's going to have his own
Hang
podcast
on.
about King
Hang
Kong
on.
today.
I only have 2 more pages, and but it made. I'll stop at this. I appreciate this film more than the stuff that has been given to us on the Monster Verse thing. This seems like an old classic, like how it used to be, instead of now adding so much, and then it's just about them, punching each other's bellies.
I'm with you,
And
but I do like some punching each other's bellies.
Kong Skull Island, I do enjoy.
I was about to
throw that out there.
I was about to say when you said the best of them, and I was like, I don't know about that. But anyway, King Kong is director Peter Jackson's ambitious remake of the 1933 classic of the same name. The story follows ambitious filmmaker Carl Denham, who takes a film crew and actress Ann Darrow to the mysterious Skull Island to shoot a movie. There, they encounter a giant gorilla known as King Kong, along with other prehistoric creatures inhabiting the island. Kong forms a surprising bond with Anne, but after he is captured and brought back to New York City as a spectacle for audiences, he escapes, leading to a tragic showdown atop the Empire State Building. I will say this. I saw the classic 1933 version, I think, when I was like 7, 8 years old, as pretty much every kid does. But all I remember from him or from the movie is him on the Empire State Building. I don't remember any of the Skull Island shit. I don't remember anything about dinosaurs and giant cockroaches.
Yeah, I remember the Empire State Building, and there is a scene. There's something that they've shown, because I guess it's when King Kong shows up, but where she is screaming, and I think he's holding her, maybe like not in New York, but in the jungle.
I vaguely can picture that.
Yeah.
Directed by Peter Jackson, as we mentioned, he did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was written by Jackson, along with his co-writing partners, Fran Walsh and Philippa Bowens, who have worked on many of his projects, including the Lord of the Rings trilogies. But then it stars Jack Black, Naomi Watts, Adrian Brody, Colin Hanks, and Mr. Andy Serkis, who does double duty in this film as Lumpy and King Kong.
Mm-hmm. That man's got some talent.
He was Gollum, for God's sake.
Yeah.
If you need some unnecessary clothes, what they call it, the motion capture, Andy Serkis is your guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But since this movie is over 3 hours long, you're going to need something to drink to get through this marathon of a film. And I have one especially for you today, and we call that the Skull Island Colossus.
Ooh,
sounds dangerous.
Okay.
It is. Trust me. This one you're going to sip on. 1.5 ounces of dark rum, and then 1/2 ounce of overproof rum, like a 151 proof.
Damn.
Like a brand like Don Q.
Yeah.
You also need 1 ounce of coconut cream, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice, and 1/2 ounce of banana liqueur, along with a couple of dashes of bitters.
Okay.
Yep. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill a shaker with ice. You're going to take your dark rum, your coconut cream, the pineapple juice, lime juice, banana liqueur, and the bitters. Shake well until it's chilled. Pour into a rocks glass or a tiki mug filled with crushed ice. And then once you pour that all in, you're going to float that overproof rum on top. And for a nice little side, add a garnish of a banana slice to close your Skull Island Colossus.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds like my wife's going to have to be carrying me up the stairs at the end of the night.
Sounds like you're going to have some King Kong fur on them nuts.
It'll definitely put hair on your nuts. That's for sure.
I'm about to have that King Kong bush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so we're continuing the theme of hairy bushes here and drinking with. If you joined us last month for waiting, you know what we're talking about. Anyway, let's talk about money. I would have to go back and do the research. I'm going to guess this is the highest budgeted film we've covered on this podcast. I kind of think it'd have to be.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I was going to say probably.
All
I
right.
mean, we did do Must Love Dogs. What was that one?
Man, that had to be like $500 million. I
I
think.
mean, John Cusack, and if he's in it, his sister's in it.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think as far as budget wise, I'm trying to go back. It's got to be one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
So with that said,
yeah, what do you guys think the budget for King Kong is?
I'm gonna say 212 million. I almost said just out of.
I'm gonna say like 185.
Okay.
185 and 212. Stoney's
212.
the closest, but he did go over, so he would not win on Price is Right. 207 million.
Dang.
For King Kong.
Close. That's a big budget.
Especially for 21 years ago.
Yeah. Now that's like Netflix has thrown that at the Russo brothers, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times now.
For some reason.
Yeah, for whatever.
Yeah,
For whatever reason that is. But that's but I mean, I totally can see where all that money went.
Yeah, I mean you can also see where you'd have confidence in a project like this because it's Peter Jackson,
right? He's already
red hot off the Lord of the Rings stuff,
right?
It is one of the most iconic properties in cinema history in King Kong,
but had not been touched in a long time. So
you felt like there's going to be anticipation for this. We've got the guy at the helm for it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still 207 million feels a little risky, but
now,
in 2005 or. Obviously they started a little earlier than 2005, but like at that time I can see the risk in it, but I can also see how this feels like a foolproof moneymaker.
It is kind of fun to see, like Jack Black is kind of coming off of like some of his, because I think School of Rock's already happened.
Yeah, it has.
So he's gotten Naomi Watts has Mulholland Drive. She's been nominated for an Oscar at this point, and maybe even 21 Grams is before this. Adrian Brody's already won an Oscar.
Yeah.
So I mean,
got
these are big. Like
Andy Serkis.
Exactly. He was Gollum.
Yeah. Gollum and Smeagol.
Yeah. And but I don't know about you guys. I really like this cast. I forgot Adrian Brody was in it and Colin Hanks.
And all I remembered was Naomi Watts and Jack Black. That's all I remembered.
I remember, I
think Kyle Chandler's pretty good in this too.
Oh yeah, as the kind of fake action, who tries to be a real one. Yeah.
So to go back to what you guys were saying earlier about like thinking this film and the 1933 film were the main King Kong movies. Well, there's a lot more that I'm just going to cover real quick for you. You had the original in 33, followed by Son of Kong. You had King Kong versus Godzilla in 62. King Kong Escapes in 67, and then a remake of the original King Kong in 1976. I think that's with
Jeff Bridges, right?
I was trying to think of the actress. Faye Dunaway, I believe, was in that. I could be wrong.
Really?
I think she's in the 1976 version. Then you have King Kong Lives in 86, the 2005 King Kong, a couple of animated movies, and then Skull Island in 17. Godzilla versus Kong in 21, and then Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, which was hot garbage, in 24.
It was Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange. Sorry, I was in the ballpark.
There's Jeff Bridges, Charles Grodin, Jessica Lange, and John Randolph. You know who John Randolph is?
Who?
He is Chevy Chase's father in Christmas Vacation.
How about that?
But I remember Jeff. That's the last one. So I guess 76.
Yeah.
I would consider 33, 76, and 2005.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
That's
I
a
remember
pretty good
because
one.
that wasn't one of Jeff Bridges' first movies, but well, maybe it was. I remember thinking he's in the Last Picture Show, but I would just remember, and sometimes I think I mix up the imagery between the 76 and the 33. So like
Yeah.
McCash was talking about how he remembers stuff. Like I'm thinking like I kind of remember Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange in that King Kong too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that this movie existed, to be honest with you.
You know,
Oh,
in
the
this day and
76?
age,
Yeah, the 76 one.
in this
Yeah.
day and age, Jeff Bridges would show up in this remake, and it would be a legacy sequel
A legacy.
of King Kong. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we weren't there in 2005.
Yeah. So let's continue with money. We've established its $207 million budget, but did it make that money back? And let's start with opening weekend US Canada. I will tell you, we talked about this opened around Christmas. It opened December 16th against new films The Family Stone and The Producers.
Oh,
man.
loaded field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loaded field.
So what do we think King Kong brought in opening weekend against such heavyweights?
Opening weekend. See, it didn't open on Christmas, so we're not going to get the Christmas push for the opening weekend then.
But I think this had legs, but we're only talking about opening
We're only
weekend,
talking
but
about opening weekend. So like, but I'm saying like if it was on Christmas,
Yeah,
I'd say
like-
I'd shoot a little higher
Yeah.
probably.
Oh, I still think it's
I'm going to say
what is to me, I try to go back to 2005. What is a solid opening weekend number now?
I'm going to say 86 million.
I was going to say like 63.
Okay. Well,
That might
let's
be
see.
that both might be really high.
You both are extremely high.
Oh,
50,100,000.
Okay, all right.
All right.
That's still pretty good for like you said, before Christmas rush.
It got a quarter of its budget back in 3 days, so it's not too shabby.
No,
Take that.
But it opened number one. Your top five were Syriana. Number 4 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Still going.
no, good for
Number
them.
3 is Family Stone. And then your number 2 film is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, Narnia
Nice.
was still going.
I didn't
was
hear
still
about the
going.
producers, were they?
I don't think producers quite made the top 10 even that week.
Yeah.
But total U.S. Canada box office, it brought in $218 million. So just North America alone, it made its money back and then some. Internationally, it brought in another $39 million roughly for a worldwide total of just under $557 million.
So there you go.
And back then, I bet DVD sales, things like that.
The back
was-
end.
Yeah.
Yeah. People doing podcasts about it 21 years later.
Yeah.
Still
Peter
making
Jackson's
money.
cashing them checks on us.
For real. The UK brought in over 52 million.
Wow.
And then France
That's a good
brought in
run.
26.6 million.
Those
Damn.
snobs. Those
Yeah.
snobs went for it.
Yep. And then the Cinemaphiles in Bulgaria
Come on.
ran to the theater because this brought in $367,000 in
Boom.
Bulgaria.
Boom.
That's got to be a Bulgarian record.
Yeah.
It's
that
up
is
there.
the highest grossing movie in Bulgaria ever.
I'd have to further my research to give you a correct answer on that. But
Let's just go with it.
our friends in New Zealand, where this movie was completely filmed, $1,782.
No. That's where Lord of the Rings was filmed too. Peter Jackson loves it. He might be from there.
Yeah, I think he
Damn
is.
it.
Does New Zealand hate Peter Jackson or just
Maybe
Harry Bushes?
or our ticket's so cheap that's like $50 million in the
Oh,
UK.
it's like a nickel to get in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did Peter Jackson just tell everyone New Zealand it's free?
Sir Peter Robert Jackson is from New Zealand.
I thought so.
So,
And what's his? I always laugh because his production company's Wingnut.
oh, good one.
I thought I had
That's
Bulgaria's top-rated, highest-grossing films of all time, but
it's King Kong.
It appears I do
You
not.
can't make that kind of money, and you know how they hate other movies. I love it. I love it. So almost a little under 500 million. Is that right? Like just in theaters, right?
Just under 557.
Oh, okay. All right. So it cleared 500 million. Man, that's
Yeah.
He delivered. That's why I guess he got to do Lovely Bones
I guess so.
How about that?
and fired Ryan Gosling.
So we know that the Kiwis hated this movie, or just they might not have hated it. They just didn't go to see it. But what do the critics on Rotten Tomatoes think of Peter Jackson's King Kong?
I'm kind of conflicted on this because I kind of feel like the critics are going to appreciate the technical acumen of Peter Jackson, but I could see where a lot of people are going to be in on this just being a little too slow paced and long.
I really think there's a difference between critics and audience too, for that very reason.
Yeah.
I still think it's pretty high. I'm gonna say like 82, 83.
I was gonna say 88 among the critics.
Okay.
But it doesn't get that 90 because of
I don't think it does
the length of this.
Yeah, I would agree with that part. But Brandon almost hit it dead on. 84%, according to the critics.
Okay. All right. We're right there in the middle.
Good feel for it.
But did the general audience think the same as the critics did?
So
the popcorn meter.
The only thing about this is it's sort of like, and I love to use this example because there's a story about one of my family members' parents going to see Cocaine Bear and were shocked about the movie when they saw it. And I thought, but it says Cocaine Bear. I also feel like King Kong is King Kong. There is no mistake of what you're going to see. So people
King
that
Kong
saw it
got shit on me.
That's right. I'm going to say like 76.
I was going to go 70. I was going to go 70 with the audience.
You guys, just like the opening weekend, way overshot this. Dead set in the middle at 50% is what the popcorn.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Go suck a bush.
And that's that's exactly where I sit with this film.
Okay, well, gobble up. Gobble up that bush.
Gobble up.
Will do.
I'm shocked. I am shocked that it is 50. I at least like 60s or something.
That is pretty shocking.
I knew it would be 80s. That's asking too much for a 3-hour King Kong movie.
It's not even fresh.
Damn.
At all.
Damn.
Those are some unripe bananas. I almost fucked up my whole joke.
I thought we were going back to King Kong's balls for a minute.
I don't remember being on his balls.
Those are some unripe balls.
Yeah.
All right. The people on Letterboxd had some things to say about King Kong.
I bet they did.
Oh, yeah. We'll start with Ray, who I share her sentiments exactly. She gave it 2 stars. It says, "Why the fuck was this 3 hours long?" Great question,
it's a big
Ray.
Story.
It's a journey.
It's an epic.
How long is the original? Like 80, probably?
I don't know. Let me look that up if I can type it correctly.
You can't rush genius.
You can't hurry love.
You got to let it marinate. You got to get these characters. You got to understand why they would even attempt to go to Skull Island.
It's an hour and 40 minutes.
It's an hour and 40. So
almost half.
Yeah, almost half
this movie. Yeah.
I bet you don't. There's not enough character development and
Probably
enough adventure.
Probably
not. King Kong, I don't need character development.
Because there's a solid 30 minutes that's just him running through New York and getting to that Empire State Building and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never found it boring.
I
agree that it is long and it feels like it, but cut a little bit. But honestly, the journey from first New York on why they're on the boat and who is on it and why, and him trying to film this movie. And then as they obviously realize that they've made a big mistake, but you got to build on King Kong. I mean, we were talking, he's not even shown to like an hour or something into the movie.
Yeah. You get like an hour into the film before King Kong even shows up.
Oh, I have that in my notes. Trust me, we'll get there. Next was Shay. Shay gave it 3.5 stars and says, Kong was damn near going to kill the entire city of New York just for some coochie.
Well, sometimes you just gotta.
Some people have done worse.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it all for the coochie. The coochie. That's
dumb liberals.
Okay.
All right, Snowflake.
King Kong was conservative.
Yeah.
I'm just going to politicize King Kong. I don't care. Why not? It's July. 250 years of America.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Assuming America's still here. When
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I guess King Kong has reverse jungle fever.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
And Anne has jungle fever.
Mm.
That's what Spike Lee taught me in the 90s.
No
All
matter
right.
what, she was woke.
Yeah. Anthony gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd and says,
Okay, Anthony, get it.
I feel like she would have gotten shaken baby syndrome from his grip.
Yes. Yeah. She actually, her neck would have snapped the front. Yes.
She would have died.
Correct.
She would have died immediately.
It would have been an accident, but it would have happened.
He would have flicked her off the edge of that cliff where she was dancing.
Yeah.
Rewatching this for the first time since I saw it in theaters the other day, I was like, first of all, the CGI in that scene is horrible. And then second of all, I'm like, how is she fucking alive, not throwing up everywhere from this?
Or just her brain is just turned to mush inside her skull.
But like where he like has her and they're running, parts of me feels like that was like a 1933 thing too. Like some of it seemed like if you wanted like a crisp, clear visual effects, you got it. But then it also seemed like you kind of did get I don't know if tackiness is the right word, but it's almost like this is sort of him saying like, this is sort of how it was done back then. Like, like bringing awareness, especially to the 33 version. I'm not so sure about the 76 one.
So we spent $202 million on the budget and he cut things where believability or realistic looking things would happen.
What if I told you that those may have been more expensive?
Oh, so it would have been like 263 at this point.
Yeah. And don't forget, I said Adrian Brody was an Oscar winner.
Yeah, not for this film. But speaking of Adrian Brody, my final review from a Nest Watched, 1 star. It says, imagine having your monkey boyfriend killed and then you're left with Adrian Brody. She's not done.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would have jumped off the Empire State Building personally.
Can I say, first of all, she did seem to get over King Kong rather quickly.
Yeah.
And now there was a romantic thing between Adrian Brody and Naomi Watts, but I really felt like we didn't have to do that right after he died.
Yeah, you could have had a little respect.
Yeah, at least make it like a mid-credit scene. I don't think we needed to do it right then.
Maybe Adrian Brody's character was hung like Kong, and we just didn't see that because we didn't have that in the budget.
I mean, I think he's a rather charming guy.
I do too. Wait, Kong or Adrian Brody?
I was about to say, Kong was very charming.
Both. Yeah.
Both.
Kong was a real one.
Yeah, he was.
And this movie still pisses me off.
Yeah. He actually, like, out of everybody, I think his feelings were the most natural of any animal or human in that movie. Like when he was mad and then the sadness and then nothing breaks your heart when he thinks that Naomi Watts, like when he's actually on stage and he thinks it's her and it's not.
Yeah.
And that's enough. That's enough.
Make no mistake about it. Carl Denham deserves to have his face plunged into a used toilet and a 2x4 broken over his back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't see that in Letterboxd reviews anywhere, but that's a good one. Yeah.
Did you?
Maybe I need to write it.
Yeah. Hold on a sec.
A turd-filled toilet.
Yeah.
With a 2x4
King Kong's
broken over his
turds.
back.
That's a big toilet. Yeah. Talking about that scene at the end, we'll transition to the fun facts about the film. The person playing the Naomi Watts character in that scene with King Kong, when he realizes it's not Anne, was actually Naomi Watts' stunt double throughout the film.
Hey, how about that? Yeah, that does make sense.
Yep. So King Kong has 41 minutes of screen time, but isn't seen in the film until the 1 hour and 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
So essentially, King Kong shows up damn near when the original movie is getting ready to end.
Yeah. But we take our time. Yeah, we take our time. We build a sense of mystery. We build a sense of adventure, exploration.
Listen, this goes back to Jaws. It wasn't on purpose, but you don't show the whole thing.
You just give him a tease.
We were talking about, I think it's 2014's Godzilla. I think it's about an hour or so until you actually see him. But I like those kind of reveals because they are the attraction. But if you show them to me in the first 10 minutes, I don't think it would be as cool. It's almost like it's like The Undertaker. show me
I was
every
just
once
about
in a
to say,
while. But if he's on every day and wrestling on every match, it's not it's not as fun.
You don't open the show with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right? No, and I mean, listen, King Kong is the star. Everybody.
Yeah.
I think I think your wrestling comparisons are about as old as this film.
But I mean, who is that person today?
Who is that? Who is it today? Then?
I mean, Roman would have to be one of them, and I guess CM Punk's the other one. Hope everybody enjoyed WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
We're on the road to SummerSlam right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, I'm just sticking with my Undertaker.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of Undertaker's long time to get to the ring, for example, it took 18 months to craft the CGI version of the Empire State Building. 4 months longer than it took to actually build the real one.
That's crazy. That's wild.
But I got it. First of all, two things. One, paid off. I think it's some of the best sequence of the whole film, and two, that's a very pivotal part in the movies. So I feel like you've got to nail that one.
Got to take your time with that to make sure it's right.
We talked in a couple of months ago when we discussed Sin City how Quentin Tarantino came on as a guest director for a scene. It also happened in King Kong, which I wasn't aware of until I did my research. So as a personal favor for Peter Jackson, Bryan Singer, who was in Australia working on Superman Returns at the time, spent 2 days directing the King Kong versus V-Rex confrontation sequence. And he was given a special thanks at the end of the credits.
Oh, I missed that. I never saw that.
How'd his career turn out?
How did it turn out? I don't know.
He got accused of a lot of things.
Yeah. He got Me Too'd.
Yeah. Big time.
That'll do it.
I see why you would miss that special thanks in the credits, because the end credits are 10 minutes long.
Yeah, and after 3 hours and 7 minutes or whatever this is,
those paying attention.
Those credits roll. I'm out of there.
Yeah,
I'm going about my day.
Yep.
So the Tyrannosaurus, actually a Vastasaurus Rex or a V-Rex, has hands with 3 fingers as an homage to the original King Kong in 1933, in which the V-Rex also had an extra digit, and is explained by the idea that the dinosaurs on Skull Island have evolved in the 65 million years since the 2-fingered Tyrannosaurus went extinct elsewhere around the world.
My wife asked at least 3 times, why are there dinosaurs on this island?
That's a great question.
I said, well, I think it's just you have to be under the belief that Skull Island is almost where all of these like mutations and evolved, that this is where they've been at. Like, and that's why they show big ass bugs, and there are dinosaurs, and there's also a big fucking monkey here.
And it's also a time when, we still had that sense of wonder that, hey, we haven't explored all of the earth, so there might still be stuff out there.
Right. So, but I tell you what, that I don't want to give Bryan Singer too much credit, but I will say that battle and where he like grabs their head and jaw and stuff, like it is cool. It's still cool.
That's my favorite scene.
It's pretty badass of King Kong.
I agree. That's why I enjoy the King Kong Skull Island ride so much down at Universal Orlando.
They do that to you?
You get to beat up on dinosaurs?
Kind of, yeah. You get to watch King Kong do it, yeah.
Oh, that's well worth the ticket.
For the scenes in New York City that were actually in Australia, the few hundred extras used had 3 different costumes that they would wear for different exterior scenes. So at one time during production, as many as 100 people were working in the costume department alone.
Holy shit.
There's a $202 million budget.
Yeah, well.
So that's what that baffles me even more. So Peter Jackson is single-handedly keeping New Zealand citizens employed throughout the last 20 plus years, and yet they won't go see his fucking movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the deal there?
It might be because it was free, because everyone in New Zealand worked on the movie.
Possibly.
So everyone saw it at the premiere.
They're like, yeah, we already know where this goes.
Yeah,
we were here. Yeah. It's almost, he's like keeping the New Zealand economy afloat.
Yeah. Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Well, it's a part of America now.
Oh, it's the 57th.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
57th state now.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
but I heard it was beautiful.
I'll take your word for it. Never been there. King Kong's roar is actually a lion's roar played backwards at half speed.
Oh.
Well, now I want to try and do this.
Yeah.
I want to try and figure that out.
Are you going to try to do it yourself?
No, I mean, I want to find a lion's roar and play it backwards
yeah.
at half
That's
speed.
interesting.
I wonder if you play it forwards, if it has a satanic message or something like said old records used to, like in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Like if you play it forward too fast, you hear like the devil.
Or the opening to The Lion King.
Oh God!
I thought the roar was just Andy Serkis. That's just something else they asked him to do.
I actually thought it was just Peter Jackson.
It could have been, for all I knew. Yeah.
Wow. Andy Serkis essentially had to play King Kong twice. First, he did it alongside Naomi Watts in a makeshift gorilla outfit, so she had something to react to. And then once principal photography was completed, he had to redo his performance this time in a motion capture suit.
I still feel like he's half-assing if he ain't roaring.
Yeah.
That's basically all he does. So it's the least he could do. He was sitting on his ass and fighting dinosaurs. I still love that whole, like, I just love the way New York looked.
Yeah.
I just thought that was cool.
Well, you know what you didn't see in New York or anything else, anything, God damn it. Let's try this again. There's something you don't see not only in New York, but the rest of the film anytime Naomi Watts is on screen.
You don't see it. You don't see this when she's on screen.
Or anytime she's on screen, you do not see this one thing.
A hat.
Is it something about her or like what's around her?
It clashes with her.
You don't
Jack Black.
The sky?
Clouds? I will tell you, it's the color orange.
The sun.
The color orange was deliberately kept off set, also in lighting effects, because it was found to create an odd effect on Naomi Watts' piercing blue eyes.
Interesting.
That sounds,
because of her beauty.
That sounds lovely.
Oh, no wonder King Kong fell for her and Adrian Brody.
Keep the orange light out of here.
Wow.
Well, now I want to know what it did to her eyes.
I guess it must have, I'm assuming it must have overshadowed the blue eyes, or it made it weird, or it looked like she was possessed, maybe.
Need to go watch other Naomi Watts films now.
Look for orange light,
for
sure. Yeah.
Well, talking about Andy Serkis again, besides studying wild gorillas in Rwanda in order to be able to mimic their movements and behavior, he also developed a close friendship with a female gorilla named Zaire at a zoo in the London area.
Oh, wow.
He's really
Did they get married?
Living the bit.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We don't know. Did he get married? Because then that would be living the bit.
I don't know. But I'm like, how did you research Gollum then if you're this in depth to your characters?
I mean, listen.
Oh, that's a good question. He probably followed Steve Buscemi around.
I was going to say, if you spend any time in San Francisco, some people wandering around under bridges out there.
Screaming my precious.
Yeah, that's
good point.
And you got to run from them.
Good point.
They'll stab
went
you.
to California.
So I guess Peter Jackson wanted to make King Kong a carnivore, but Andy Serkis was very adamant that King Kong not be a carnivore since gorillas in real life are herbivores.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that kind of, I wonder what that does to the audience's reaction to King Kong, because if he's like viscerally eating meat, like you kind of feel like from a storytelling standpoint, Kong is kind of in the middle of all these human interests. And in a way, he's a major victim of this. You want to draw that sympathy, but if you see him like
chewing on all kinds of
eating people, I'm kind of like, I don't know, that it's a little less humanizing, I'd say.
But I also think there's a reason. I mean, part of it is because they kept it PG-13, but is like the violence isn't really shown. Like you see people just kind of being like, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were talking about, Naomi Watts actually would have been dead within when did
20
King Kong
seconds.
show up? An hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 12 minutes. That would have been the end. So
yeah.
well,
let's be honest.
Part of that's with ratings too.
The natives of the island would have killed that whole crew in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I will say, you were talking about the scene where Kong takes a hand on the jaw and a hand on the skull and rips the T-Rex apart. I bet there's like a split second where that feels really, really good before.
The T-Rex
as the V-Rex.
If you're the V-Rex, I bet that feels really, really good.
It's almost like, oh God, like it's almost like you pop your neck enough breaks it and you're dead.
So you're like a split second of, oh man, that's really releasing some tension, and then you're dead.
Yeah. So you're saying like they kind of died feeling the best maybe they've ever felt.
Maybe
the next thing was death.
Maybe.
Yep. We talked about, you guys have mentioned how much you love the look of New York in the film. So the digitally rendered 1933 New York City is so detailed that it contained 90,000 separate buildings.
Holy shit.
Yep. And then
Peter Jackson is not messing around in details, folks.
No.
Give that man $200 million and he'll build you a nice Sim City.
And a beautiful Empire State Building.
Yeah. That's what this was built on, Sim City.
And, Peter Jackson has been on record multiple times talking about how King Kong from 1933 is his favorite film of all time. It's what, influenced him to get into filmmaking and such. And another homage he pays to the original in this version is that the billboards that appear in Times Square are the same ones as the ones found in King Kong 1933.
What a touch. I mean, what a master of his craft.
This reminds me where I think it's there's one that immediately pops into my head, but when filmmakers are able to go back and actually have a hand in creating what brought them there and wanted to make movies, because Robert Eggers and Nosferatu, and I guess that's what I was talking about. And I mean, obviously you have to build a reputation, and for Peter Jackson with Lord of the Rings, but it's almost like they are meant to do those. Like they are just meant to do them. And I think Del Toro and Frankenstein is another.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I agree with that. We talked about how the Snyder cut is a big thing in Hollywood and films these days. Everybody wants the Snyder cut of something. One thing I don't want from this film is a Jackson's version of Snyder cut, because over 2 million feet of film were shot, which is the equivalent of 370 hours of footage, 123 times more than the final cut.
Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
That is...
I'd watch it.
That's what, like 10 seasons of a TV show?
If not more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depends how many episodes are in the season.
How many hours did you say? 300? 300
370.
hours? 370 hours. So that's 10 seasons if there's 37 episodes per season.
I was saying if you've got a ton of episodes.
That's
it would take you 15 and a half days to watch it all without sleeping.
But then I think, why that much? Like, did he just go nuts and just did like, now it feels like maybe he did waste some money.
Can you imagine?
Like, why would you have that much left?
Can you imagine being the editor and getting 370 hours and being like, I need you to trim this down to 3 hours?
Yeah.
I have a feeling someone looked him dead in his eye and was like, you can go fuck yourself.
I say, fuck you, Peter Jackson. Fuck you. I'm out.
You, but forget it. You know who probably did it? Andy Serkis.
He does everything else.
Why not?
Yeah.
Except roar. He can't roar.
He can't roar.
Jamie Selkirk was the editor on this film. He is an Academy Award winner because his IMDb shows him holding one, so I assume he is. But he's only done one film since King Kong, and that was 2017's short film called Shelter that I've never heard of.
He had enough. He had enough after
Peter Jackson did it.
After editing King Kong, he was like, I can't do this anymore.
But he had done Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. He did The Frighteners, Heavenly Creatures, Dead Alive. So he had done a lot of Jackson's films.
He won for Return of the King.
Was that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he won for it. Yep.
So that must mean there's like 740 hours of unseen footage from those movies in.
Yeah, probably.
But that makes sense because Peter Jackson is the type. I feel like he's kind of like where Tarantino or Scorsese and stuff, where they try to use the same people, over and over. I bet Return of the King has like 500 and something hours.
Definitely,
just Return of the King. I bet Vigo shows his penis too.
You get a you get a system in place with the people you work with over time.
Yeah,
you know, it's
and who's to say, and I have heard that filmmakers do this. I don't know if Peter Jackson does, but sometimes they are editing along the way of when they're doing the movie.
I think it's much easier to do now because everybody shoots on digital for the most part.
Yeah,
this was shot on film. That might have been an issue.
I just imagine Peter Jackson coming in and all of that film is just wrapped around him and he just comes stumbling in like, hey, I got it.
Mummy.
Yeah. like hey, you think you can do something with this? I don't know what I did.
Well, I mean, he basically shoots at his own compound, if you want to call the whole country New Zealand that, along lines of the way Rodriguez did for Sin City. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You put everything in one spot, you can kind of work on multiple things at the same time.
What a gift to be that kind of filmmaker and know that you basically everything's done and you just have to roll out of bed.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I'm amazed. But I mean, he's earned it.
Yeah. Peter Jackson originally wanted to make this film immediately after The Frighteners in 1996. And then when Universal saw that Godzilla from 1998 and Mighty Joe Young from the same year were being released, they pulled the plug on the project. And Jackson moved on to the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Really interesting to think about that, because would he have gotten 200 million to make this King Kong?
I don't think
so. What
so.
would the King Kong that would have been made look like? And then also, is there kind of monster fatigue there for a little bit where maybe this doesn't perform as well because of Godzilla and Check's Notes Mighty Joe Young?
I thought that Godzilla was kind of cool back then. It's not anymore, but
I haven't watched it.
I do
horrible.
Like that old fisherman on the dock. Yeah. And the big old wave comes.
There's no way in 1996 or 1998 you're getting $220 million for a King Kong film.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
You ain't getting Naomi Watts or Adrian Brody either, folks.
No.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, maybe Jack Black, but
maybe.
It just dawned on me, since Peter Jackson has his own compound, he shoots everything in the same place, same country, whatnot. He's essentially New Zealand's version of Tyler Perry.
Yeah. Yeah, but makes good movies.
Yeah.
And you know what? So he did the Lovely Bones and he did the Hobbit movies, but he hasn't done anything. He's done the Beatles documentary, and he did what is the thing where he redid the World War I or World War II documentary? He actually updated the images. I forgot what that process is called. He did it with the Beatles doc too. But he hasn't done a feature in a long time. I'd like to see him do it. It doesn't have to be some epic thing, but
let him know we're waiting.
He has a film in production as we speak.
He does?
Yes. It's a 1010 sequel. A sequel to 1010.
Oh.
And guess what? Okay. Andy Serkis is in it.
I bet he is.
As well as Jamie Bell.
Well, he did. He was 1010. He played the voice of 10. Because Peter Jackson and Spielberg?
I think so.
They did it together?
Yep.
Yeah, this is based on the comic book Prisoners of the Sun, where Tintin and Haddock head to South America to find a cure for their friend, Professor Calculus.
I'm talking maybe another version, not version, but I mean the scale of a Heavenly Creatures or something like that. I'd like to see something like that again from him. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, nothing with all visual effects stuff. Son of King Kong. Anybody?
Son of Paddington.
Son of Paddington.
Man.
Now we're talking about.
Yes.
They should get Paddington to play King Kong.
Oh, he could be the next monster.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
But he's the sweetest, most adorable monster.
Yeah.
Unless you feed him after midnight or get him wet.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson was
Furry
paid
balls.
$20 million to direct this film, the highest
him.
salary ever paid to a film director in advance of production. Christopher Nolan would later receive the same salary for directing Dunkirk in 2017.
Okay.
But that's up front.
Up front,
Yes.
before production.
So I'm curious what everyone kind of makes after. Like, I would imagine James Cameron, when your movies are making over $1 billion.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can imagine. But Peter Jackson must have gotten more because, I mean, he wrote it. I'm sure he produced it. He directed it. That's the beauty of having your own production company and doing it. You can get paid. I mean, the fact you haven't even started filming and you got 20 million, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Only people.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, only people like M. Night Shyamalan get money like that.
Oh, is that right?
You see The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's sometimes it's shown that you can easily steal money from Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do check notes. Russo brothers.
Yeah. On April Fool's Day of 2005, Peter Jackson posted an elaborate practical joke, which he posted on a web diary, where he revealed that they were already starting production on King Kong 2, Son of Kong, and King Kong 3, Into the Wolf's Lair. Both films, supposedly to be released in 2006, contained the principal characters riding the Son of Kong, strapping machine guns to his back, and fighting Adolf Hitler's genetically mutated creatures. The film was going to be produced under the banner of Big Primate Productions.
How about that?
Is Ian McKellen in it?
Possibly.
Let me tell you what I think is the most awesome part of that whole thing. That it was a web diary.
What happened to web diaries?
Didn't they turn into vlogs, basically?
Yeah, I guess so.
They turned into Substack.
It turned into Substack.
There you go.
Nashville Movie Dispatch.
Here's an interesting... so I didn't get into it. This film won 3 Academy Awards, by the way. We didn't talk on this.
Visual effects, I bet.
Visual effects, sound editing, and sound mixing, where there's
Makes
3
sense.
golden trophies that night.
Can anybody explain editing versus mixing in the sound category to me?
No,
Please.
that's a different podcast.
Sound. Yeah, I mean, I just know that sound mixing and sound editing is more of like the creation of it, and then there's like the cutting of it. So sometimes it's just kind of like the way editing is, the way it's shot, and the way that the sound is used, more than how it's created.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
But you know, it's things that are easily, I think I think moviegoers take for granted this stuff of sound mixing, which could even involve like the stomp of King Kong.
Yeah.
And it's just comes so natural because when a foot touches the road, you hear it. But think about, like, for instance, the roar and like even like the sound of New York City, the planes. But it's just such a natural thing that it's easily overlooked.
You're kind of immersed in it, so you don't notice it.
Yeah. And I guess the biggest compliment is you don't notice it.
Yeah. Are you okay?
You
my
make it?
goodness.
Oh my God. Yeah. I got some King Kong fur in my mouth. How'd that happen?
When one of the sailors is crushed by a falling brontosaurus, the scream sound effect used for one of the dying sailors is actually from one of the dying sailors from the King Kong 1933. Jesus Christ.
1933?
Yeah. One of the sailors is crushed by a falling brontosaurus. His scream sound effect is one of the dying sailors from King Kong 1933. Jesus. Why was that so hard to get out?
How can you not love what this man's doing with King Kong?
Yeah, it's very, I appreciate that.
The
it makes me like the
billboards,
movie more.
Yeah. Like his love for King Kong, I thought showed anyway, just what he did with a material that is, decades old. But the fact that he has gone through the trouble, and like, I wouldn't have known that, but for him, it's something. And the billboards, I think that's a nice touch too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't know if this film I don't think it was nominated for a like makeup special effects Oscar, or I know it won for visual effects, but I don't know where makeup comes in on this. But the actress Vicky Houghton, who played the witch doctor that you see, she had to spend nearly 6 hours in makeup each morning for her role as the witch doctor.
Wow.
Even though she received less than 2 minutes of total screen time in the film.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, when did I really see her? And I guess that's the only image I remember. Remember is her 2 minutes. You know where? It's all in that 300 something hours.
Yes, I would love to know her backstory. Can we get that footage?
So you do want to see the Snyder cut of King Kong?
I guess I do. Just for Vicky's.
Got him for Vicky.
King Kong was not nominated for any makeup or anything like that. It was sound editing, sound mixing, visual effects, for which it won all three of those, and then it was also nominated but did not win for best art direction.
So it's all below the line stuff, which is sort of what this year's what Frankenstein was. Won a lot of the below the line ones. You're
right.
I mean, they won the 3 Academy Awards for all, sound and visual effects, and not winning one for their hair and makeup is a little upsetting, with Vicky's, work she had to put in the chair for 2 minutes of time. But what really shows that this film was robbed was the fact Jack Black wore a wig the entire time in the film because Peter Jackson wasn't happy with the way his hair had been cut.
I did not know that.
I would have thought that was his hair.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. That was great visual effects. No wonder it won.
So the best makeup category that year it went to Chronicles of Narnia. Cinderella Man and Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith were the only 2 other nominees.
Wow. We couldn't get a fourth nominee.
No room for King Kong there. That's crazy.
We were robbed.
Yeah.
Costume design went to Memoirs of a Geisha. But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Mrs. Henderson Presents, Pride and Prejudice, and Walk the Line were also nominated. So,
but what did it lose to? It was art something that it lost, right?
Art direction.
It was nominated for 4 and it won 3. Who won that one? Who actually did it beat?
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Okay, I should have known.
Memoirs of a Geisha got best cinematography that year too.
It is a beautiful movie.
I can't argue with that one.
Yeah.
It's sad we still don't have, a stunt Oscar yet. But Adrian Brody did do all of his stunt driving.
How about that?
Hey.
Yep.
Got a set of balls on him.
That's an actor.
That's an actor.
And then the role of Jimmy that was played by Jamie Bell was created specifically for him.
I like him.
Yeah, he's good in this movie.
Yeah. He's good. You ever seen Billy Elliot?
No.
Great film.
He's great.
Great Broadway musical as well.
Oh, I never saw it on stage, but I did like the film. And he's gone on to do a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Don't ask me what he's been in.
I was about to say I'm drawing a blank,
but I
buddy,
do know he was in some war movie I really liked. But yeah, he's really kind of become his own. Starting out because he was 9 as Billy Elliot, I think. I don't know. He was very young.
Talk about Jack Black's hair. Jack Black claimed that he did not wear any makeup at all in the entire movie. And he did that because he heard a false rumor that Clint Eastwood never wears makeup.
And that's why he didn't? Nice.
Is this as far as like just acting goes? Is this Jack Black's best performance?
No. No.
What is?
I mean, his role in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer still stands out for me.
I mean, I know it's kind of more his thing, but I do think School of Rock is I think he's really good in. And I really liked him in a movie called Bernie.
Oh,
yeah, Bernie.
I've started Bernie 4 times on Saturday night when I'm looking for something.
Good.
My wife is snoring in bed next to me and I want something, but then I start it and I'm like, my eyes start closing. So I'm like, well, I want to watch this. So
he's good in that.
I turn it off.
Now, I will say, it's not that he's not good in King Kong. And I'm actually glad to see him in a different role like this.
Yeah.
But I think...
Oh, I forgot about The Holiday. He's good in The Holiday.
Yeah, but Richard Linklater, who did School of Rock, who's done all the before movies, and him and Ethan Hawke like it. School of Rock is just meant for Jack Black.
Yeah.
But Bernie, I highly suggest anybody watching that. And don't forget Envy.
Envy, yeah, but that's not.
Just kidding.
Like, I mean,
I'm with Bernie, School of Rock, but I think this is a different type of casting for him, and I'm glad Peter Jackson did it because he's good in it. I don't think he's out of place.
No,
he plays the right kind of selfish director that I feel like I'm sure has to be based on several of those, and probably from that time.
Slimy, he's selfish, he's a prick, but he's got this charisma that like
he manipulates.
He's such
like
a bullshitter.
Yeah,
I don't know. I felt like it's a different dynamic. I would put this ahead of School of Rock personally.
I mean, I couldn't, but it's only because I feel like every School of Rock, even though I think he surprises in King Kong, School of Rock brings out, I have like every strength Jack Black has ever shown.
Yeah.
And it works. But again, I watch Bernie.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think. But it's a good one. And that one's very different. And what's the one? I didn't mind it, but he played some polka. Is it the Polka King? That's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it was. I saw it on his filmography.
I'm not saying he's great in it, but again, it's at least a little something different besides the. Okay, this isn't quite on par with this, but I will say he is probably one of the best parts, or my favorite part in, especially the first Jumanji with the rock and.
Oh yeah, I love Jumanji.
Yeah,
Tropic Thunder, he's pretty good in.
Oh, he's damn good in.
But
that's also Jack Black being Jack Black.
That is more of what we associate with
this
him.
role.
And
King Kong is more subtle.
It is, but he plays a great douchebag director.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you on that.
We talk a good bit from time to time on this podcast about coulda, woulda, shouldas, and I only have really one here, and that's another actress that could have played the role of Ann Darrow, which was played by Naomi Watts. This actress actually screen tested for the role. That's how deep in the process she got.
It was serious.
Who do we think in 2005 could have played the role of Anne?
Nicole Kidman.
I was gonna say Nicole Kidman. Yeah,
her and Naomi Watts are really good friends.
It is not that actress.
Okay. In 2005,
I do believe this actress is Academy Award winner.
Is she a natural blonde?
I've never seen her as a blonde. I don't think.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Right. That's fair.
Diane Lane.
Oh
no.
I feel like Julia Roberts wouldn't screen test, so I'm trying to judge on like. And she is an Oscar winner, you think?
She's at least a nominee, if not a winner. I'm trying to think.
No, Jennifer Lawrence is. It's not 2005.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like, is it Angelina Jolie?
No, I think your guesses are on the older side.
Oh, I see. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That is a good guess. No, Natalie Portman.
Wow. Huh. She is an Oscar winner. She won for Black Swan.
That's what I thought she did.
Yeah.
Remember if she did or not.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
It was deemed that she was too young for the part.
In 2005, so that would have been...
She had been like 20, 21 at the time.
Yeah.
She'd already done the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because I think Black Swan... Actually, I don't know. Because Black Swan was 2008, 2009. So it's not too far. But I guess maybe early 30s, late 20s, maybe.
Should have been 23 at the time.
Oh, I say Naomi Watts I didn't think was that old in King Kong either. I mean, she is now, gross, but Naomi Watts is I think she's actually perfect.
I think so too.
For this.
Yeah. I'm
Naomi
happy with
Watts is 57 right now.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, same.
She's great. And a shout out. She's in a movie last year with Bill Murray called The Friend, and it's some of her best work in a long time.
I want to watch that one.
I recommend that too. The Friend and Bernie.
I got some homework out of this episode. Yeah. It's on Hulu. The Friend is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Recommend that one.
Oh, you didn't tell me Ann Dowd is in it as well.
Oh,
I would have watched it right away.
And there's a big Great Dane in it.
Oh shit. More big hairy balls.
I don't know if it's a dude. I can't remember.
Okay.
Speaking of big hairy balls, King Kong is described as 25 feet tall on his hind legs by the makers of this version, half as tall as the filmmakers of the 1993 version described their 50-foot Kong.
Yeah.
However, in proportion to people and objects in that film, the original Kong was actually around the same height as the new Kong.
Huh.
Yep.
So
Wow.
we got some math going there.
Yeah,
somehow.
that tricked me in my mind.
That did. I'm like, how am I processing this right now?
I didn't expect it come back to that they're the same.
So, yeah,
that's that American education system.
That's
showing
right.
it.
That's right.
That's right.
But we talked about this film being shot in New Zealand and such. There were between 60 and 70 vintage cars collected locally for use in the New York City scenes. These cars were are very popular in New Zealand, so they were not hard to find at all, keeping that $20 million budget there, $200 million budget down.
Oh, I was about to say that's got to be pricey in and of itself. But who knew they grew on trees in New Zealand?
Yeah.
What a wonderful place.
And then Howard Shore had written and recorded much of the score of this film, but shortly before its release, he departed from the project. Peter Jackson stated that because of differing creative aspirations between the two of them, they thought it would be best for Shore to be replaced by James Newton Howard, who was given less than 2 months to write and record a new score for the entire movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. But James Newton Howard, he's a pro. He's been doing it for a while.
Yep.
Poor Howard.
I will say I kind of found an interesting note based on Naomi Watt. She states that when she was offered the role in the film, she contacted David Lynch for advice because, they'd done Mulholland Drive together. Right. And he told her, anyone who sits in the hand of King Kong will be a movie star for life. And then she immediately took the part.
How about that? What that's a bar, as the kids say.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
How many?
A mic drop.
I guess my question would be, I just maybe wondered like the history of King Kong made her wonder. Cause I just feel like Peter Jackson comes calling after sweeping the Oscars and stuff. Like, why wouldn't, to be a part of that set and those effects, I feel like, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
But, good for David Lynch. That's a nice way of putting it.
Talking about the making of King Kong, you just mentioned, according to the book, The Making of King Kong, there was a scene written and filmed where Denham, Driscoll, and the SS Ventura boat, with the crew of the boat, build rafts to cross the swamp, only to be attacked by an aquatic creature referred to as a piranodon. And this scene ended up being included in the extended version of the film. There was also mention of a scene where Lumpy the cook, Andy Serkis, shoots a large flightless bird as well. So this movie could have been even fucking longer.
How about that?
They could have at least thrown in one of those. Because really his main fight is just with those dinosaurs, the V-Rex ones.
You could have added the scene with the piranodon and cut out the ice skating scene in Central Park, which has no believability whatsoever. Because that scene wasn't even in the original script. Peter Jackson asked Universal if they could shoot the scene when the film was in post-production, and the studio liked the idea and gave him the go-ahead. Look, it's not hard to believe that Central Park lakes, ponds, whatever, will freeze during the harsh winters of New York City. It is then hard to believe, though, that a fucking ton-weighing fucking gorilla is going to slide around and not sink to the bottom of the fucking lake.
Yeah, my wife pointed that out. She's like, how is he not breaking it? I'm like, ice is really strong. But yes, did I just watch him rip apart a dinosaur?
Right, yeah.
Yes, I get the Empire State Building. It can hold a big son bitch. I don't know if that little ice pond can.
No.
That's odd that he thought that was something that was necessary.
I
to go do it at post-production. That's quite an ask at this point with 300 something hours.
You ever notice when you see a movie trailer and you see the trailer multiple times, and you see various scenes or you hear various dialogue, and then you see the film, and none of it is in the actual fucking film.
Yes.
There's a part in the trailer to King Kong where Jack Black is directing Ann to scream, and it says, "Scream, Ann, scream for your life." That clip is shown in trailers, but never made it to the final cut of the film.
I remember that.
Huh.
I remember because it's the noise of the camera, and she screams, and then it's supposedly like, I think it cuts to King Kong roaring or something, or like her scream for when she sees him, but it's actually the scream. I'm sorry. The trailer shows that, but I think the scream you hear is actually the scream when she first sees him in the movie. But I do kind of remember that. And yes, there have been quite a few things that, and some of them are like very famous. Where like like for sure it's in the movie and it's not, and people immediately notice.
Yep. This movie for a while had a different name than King Kong. The movie was shipped to theaters in the U.S. under a mysterious name for added security. And then also for even more security, the 8th reel of the film with the final act was shipped separately from the rest of the print. You guys got any ideas what the mystery name would have been?
Hold on.
I'll give you a hint. It's a song title.
Did they think that it was that was going to spoil the ending of King Kong if they shipped it all at once?
I think they were trying to keep people from stealing King Kong.
From actually getting it. It's a song.
It's a song title.
I mean,
Bad Leroy Brown.
Yeah,
that's not a bad guess. I think you're kind of in the time frame. This is a 70s song.
In that song, he says, "Badder than old King Kong."
Yeah.
Meaner than a junkyard dog.
You know, you have Sir Peter Jackson,
Folsom Prison,
and then Sir Christopher Nolan was mentioned earlier. This person is also a Sir.
Paul
Sir
McCartney.
Elton John.
Oh.
Elton John's Tiny Dancer was the name used to ship King Kong across U.S. theaters.
How about that?
Be damn.
Yeah.
Tiny Dancer.
Not Rocket Man.
That's kind of funny, though.
Maybe King Kong had a Tiny Dancer and we didn't see it.
Well,
I didn't.
His Tiny Dancer was Naomi Watts on that cliff.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about penis.
I was talking about penis.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, because I didn't see it.
Yeah, maybe.
That alone should have broke that ice.
Yeah. I just found, by the way, while y'all were having this podcast, the making of King Kong is only $7.79 on Thrift Books.
There you go.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
got it. Oh, okay.
We talked about Jack Black and his wig. He also wore a wig during the filming of King Kong, like I mentioned. He wanted, rather than going through makeup to achieve his 30s hairdo look, he decided to wear a wig instead because, like I said, Peter Jackson just hated the way his fucking hair was cut. So he didn't achieve his 30s hairdo. Yeah.
It was his call just to wear a wig. Yep. It looks great.
Yeah. I thought it was the real deal. Not gonna lie.
I did too.
But also to research his role, Jack Black studied P.T. Barnum and Orson Welles to get
I could see the
character.
Could see that.
Both of those men fit his character quite nicely.
I did mention that this is a remake of the 1933 version, but there are a few changes in this film from that. Jack Briscoe is a famous playwright instead of first mate. Mr. Hayes, a black man, is first mate instead, and an original character along with Lumpy the cook, Bruce Baxter the actor, Preston the director assistant, Mike the sound editor, Herb the cameraman, and Jimmy the sailor. In this version, Mr. Hayes and Lumpy mention the legend of Skull Island, and it is implied that Denham never heard of Kong in this adaptation, but did in the 1933 version. And also the natives are more vicious, and it is implied they mistook Anne angering their god Kong after he roars when she screams after Mike gets killed.
Huh.
Yeah.
So,
that's interesting.
Listen, it's twice as long. You got to expand the universe a little bit. Add a few characters.
I don't mind those changes.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
And then prior to making the movie, Naomi Watts met the legendary Fay Wray, who played Anne in the original 1933 film, and they became good friends after that.
Bringing people together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure only friends for like a year because she died, right?
Yeah.
She had 1933. She had to be, it was 80s?
At that time, she'd been there. Yeah. You would have to think. I don't know how old she was when she made it.
God. I mean, no, not 1933, but wow.
Just enjoy it while you got it, I guess.
So.
She passed in 2004 before the film even came out.
Okay, so they weren't friends. Got it.
Like
Naomi Watts is a liar. We became good friends, and then on Thursday she died.
She was 25, 26 when she filmed the original King Kong.
Wow. What the stories she could tell, which maybe Naomi Watts, like that's really, I guess, the goal. Like the stories you could tell about the very first time you put King Kong on the screen.
Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah. Peter Jackson actually cast Jack Black after seeing his performance in High Fidelity.
High Fidelity was
that we
filmed
talked about
like
here
that.
on this podcast.
Wow.
We've covered some Jack Black on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've covered him and John Cusack more than probably any movie podcast ever. And there's legends that we will probably never talk
about. Peter, I've got another coulda, woulda, shoulda. Peter Jackson originally wanted 2 actors to play the role of Car Denham outside of Jack Black. One being Robert De Niro and the other being George Clooney.
I could see Clooney.
I could see
That off.
De Niro's too.
De Niro, that would be a little weird.
Yeah.
And then Clooney was also considered for the role of Driscoll.
That's
what I thought you were gonna say.
I just got 2 more things and we can get out of here. The name of the ship, the SS Venture, is the same name as the one in the Lost World Jurassic Park from 1997 that was used to transport the T-Rex from Isla Sorna to San Diego. Steven Spielberg named the ship in Lost World after the one in King Kong.
How about that?
Oh,
how about that?
Nice.
Yep. And then lastly, we talked about all the money this movie made, making $562 million box office gross. The film also generated another $100 million in DVD sales.
There it is.
Making some money.
So now it's over 650 million.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not counting syndication and streaming and such now.
Yeah.
That's an extra nickel or two.
So Peter Jackson,
if they even pay people, I'm not sure.
Peter Jackson is Scrooge McDuck swimming in that money.
Yeah, he is. And that was in 2005.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all that money is worth. Ooh, let's hope he invested in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was enough notes.
Wingnut.
There was enough notes that I found during research where we could stay here and make a episode long as the fucking movie is. But
Part two.
Yeah, I choose not to do that. So let's wrap it up talking about our favorite movie monsters. I didn't preface this in our notes, but I was leaning towards non-human monsters.
Oh, okay.
But if you have humans in yours, by all means, go to town.
I mean, I'm pretty basic. I love Godzilla. I love King Kong. I would have gone with the Wolfman. But if I would have to think about, I like the monster in Cloverfield quite a bit too.
Yeah.
That's what, I was thinking about.
So
that too.
I'll put the Cloverfield monster in there. And then the 4th on my Mount Rushmore, I'm going to go with Paul.
The comedy, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Paul?
Fuck E.T. I'm going Paul.
I mean, mine, I guess, are kind of basic too, but I don't know how I couldn't say it. Alien.
Oh, that's a good one.
Predator.
Yeah. I'm surprised Jaws wasn't the first one that you went with.
Well, that's a good one. I guess monster. I guess I was thinking more of like creatures more than like something that exists. Like
okay, yeah,
something that doesn't technically exist. I think.
Well, in that case, I need to change Paul on my list.
Oh, because he's real.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I would say Alien. I would say Predator, and then I think I would go with. I think I probably would go with Godzilla and King Kong. I think they're still, well, obviously they're very bankable because they literally still have a show with like Kurt Russell and his kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed some of their films, that the MonsterVerse ones. If I wanted to change it up, I kind of thought about, which I mean, it's not really a monster thing. But like The Thing.
Yeah.
But it's more of the people. So I don't know if that counts. But Alien Predator came instantly to mind because I just couldn't not have those. And then, yeah, I'll go with those 4. I can't really. Jaws is a good one, but since it's really a shark, I'm going to leave it alone. But
I kind of like the Balrog from the Lord of the Rings movies too.
I was going to say that fish man in Shape of Water.
Okay, well,
little horny bastard.
Or Hellboy.
No rules. Hellboy's a good one.
Good one. Okay. Anyway, all right. Go ahead.
I went Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then I went Bruce from Jaws. I put Jaws in there.
Okay.
And then I went with the face hugger from Alien. That little little fucker. And then I went the comedy route with my last one, and I went with the Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yep. And that is all I have for King Kong, gentlemen, unless you have something you want to add.
I just would like to say the joke's on McCash because you've only made me love this movie more with everything that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I just bought a book about the making.
Exactly,
of it,
and he's watching Bernie right now. He hasn't even been paying attention to
right now.
It's like I did for Sin City. I made you love a film you didn't like even more.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's get out of here, boys and girls. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Drinking With. Please subscribe to Drinking With wherever you get your podcast fix. Leave us a rating and review so we know what you think about the show, and let us know what movie that's turning 21 that you would like to discuss with us. So cheers to another episode where we've explored the films that have come of age, just like a fine wine, as we raise our glasses to movies turning 21. We've laughed, reminisced, maybe popped a tint or two over a hairy primate. So until next time, may your drinks be cold, your conversations lively, and your movie nights unforgettable. Drink responsibly. Remember, age is just a number, but great films are forever. You can find me on Twitter/X at MC_Cash75, on Letterboxd, just simply at Stephen McCash. Gentlemen, tell these fine folks how they can find you on these internet streets.
At Stoney Keeley everywhere, at Sobros Network, and NashvilleMovieDispatch.substack.com.
And on Twitter at Sir Brandon V, and Sir Brandon on Letterboxd.
And with that, we'll see you next time because I have to return some videotapes.